Welcome to the breakdown. Today I'm going to show you the Olicamp Ion Micro Stove and the XTS pot. So I bought this in the combo. Comes with nice little mesh carry bag. And the Ion Micro Stove comes with two options for a pot combo. This one is the XTS, and on the bottom you'll see that it's got the heat exchanger coil here. Supposedly can reduce boil times by 30%. Luckily Dayton has the pot without the heat exchanger, so in the future we're going to do a comparison review. But for today, I'm just going to show you this pot. Comes with this really nice lid that snaps on, compared to other stoves out there that don't really snap on so well. I've had a bad experience with some of those. But this one will snap on, and you can actually pour your hot water out of it while keeping stuff inside in there without dumping it on the ground like I've done. So inside you'll get the actual stove itself. You might wonder why it's so small. Let me show you. This will screw on to just about any kind of fuel canister, and it's super tiny. Fits in the palm of your hand, and the arms just fold up and fall into place like that. One downside I feel is they don't lock into place. They're quite loose, and that can be good or bad. But it's nice that they do fold down all the way, and it becomes very compact, and it fits right in the palm of your hand. Super lightweight as well. So we're gonna fire it up and give it a try and just see. The box that this comes in claims that it'll boil water in about 2.5 minutes, and to simulate some stream water, I got refrigerated water. We're going to try and do 16 ounces and see how long it takes. 16 ounces are about 2 cups of water. Now the pot itself, it actually will contain a large fuel canister, which I think is really great. But if you want to do a small one, you can do a small one. Either way, it's pretty awesome. If you do a small canister, you want to invest in one of these. This, I don't even know the name for it, but it just stabilizes your pot. It's kind of nice to use. Even you can use it with a big one or a small one, and it will just snap on there like that. Keep your pot off the ground. It's really nice if you're going to be cooking on snow or something dirty, if you want to keep your pot clean. So anyway, let's get this thing hooked up and give it a go. One really nice thing about the pot is it has graduated measurements stamped into the pot. It's a hard aluminum, super light. The handles come out like that. I like that they curve into the pot. Keeps it really compact in your backpack. The pot and stove combined is just under 9 ounces. Add your fuel, add a lighter. You're looking under 2 pounds for your pot easily. Probably closer to 1.5. The fuel can be quite heavy. It depends on how much you take and how full your bottle is. But for this one, I'm going to use the big one. It's quite full. That could help out my boil time. And another maybe kind of downside to this stove is that it doesn't come with an igniter, so you're going to have to use a lighter or something to light the fuel. The knob to turn the fuel on and off is pretty nice. It folds up, keeps everything compact. It is really easy to turn. It's far enough away from the heat source that you're not going to burn your hand. One other slight downside is when you put the pot onto the stove, it's kind of hard to see where things are going and to get it stabilized. I'm having a really hard time with that now. Okay, so there's, I guess, two ways to do it. You can set the pot on the stove with the bottom of the pot directly on top, or you can kind of see, now that I've got water in it, but you can kind of see there's a hole here that goes up into the heat exchanger. You can try and get the stove to set up in there. That's what I've done before. It seems to be a little more stable, but it's kind of harder to do. And that's definitely one of the huge downsides to this pot. I'm going to go ahead and set it on the top. Might just take a little bit of practice and getting used to. But let's get it lit up and get this water boiling. So just turn it counterclockwise a little bit until you hear the fuel. Get a little spark on there. Okay, this thing says it goes at 8,900 BTU, which is super hot. You'll see the arms of the stove glow red after a little bit. Move the camera over here so we can actually see fast. And I'm gonna start the timer. And we'll add about 10 seconds for my delay. Seconds in and I'm seeing bubbles already. Alright, so I had a rolling boil at about 2 minutes. That's pretty great, even better than the box said. I did use refrigerated water to simulate the water you'll find out in the mountains and colder streams. So that's pretty awesome. Again, the downside is setting the pot on the stove. It's a little bit unstable compared to other stoves where you can actually lock the pot onto the stove. But other than that, this is a really great pot. It'll boil water fast. It's super lightweight at under 10 ounces with the pot and stove combo. Add the fuel, add the lighter, you're going to be a little bit more. Let us know what you think. If there's any other pots you'd like to see reviewed, comment below. And as always, we'll see you on the trail.